I don't like horror movies because I'm squeamish, and but I go because some of my exes like to go because they like to pull for the Antichrist, so I go, you know. But they have this. I don't like obligatory violence. If it works for the story, fine. But like, like every 20 seconds something has to happen. Like if a couple's like at a high school cafeteria, gee, I think I'll have that meatloaf, and a blade will shoot out of the bread and go right through their brain. I mean, every 20 seconds, it's like the Stephen King thing now. He's a major, horror guy. But It. When I saw It, I had to laugh. I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep just seeing the book cover. It. I couldn't sleep. I was alone. I went, oh my God, there's a pronoun in the basement. Oh my God. Are you married? I'm just curious. You guys married? No ring? No ring, table 2. No ring. Hey, look, who am I talking? Forget about ring. I want to get married. I just broke up with an actress who, look, I'm not, obviously, I don't know if you know me or not, but I'm no gift, okay? But this woman lived in a predominantly anxious section of town. There's no doubt in my life. I mean, she was like, actresses, and it's the hardest. Look, the recession. Everybody has it tough now, but actors, it's tough. But nevertheless, she was wacko, okay? She was an only child, but she still had a sibling rivalry, which I felt was like, I mean, in her backyard, by her, she had a set of mood swings, which is not a giveaway. It's not a dead giveaway. But she's a host. Actors usually have to be waiters or waitresses during the day. She was a hostess, so we go to a restaurant. It was sort of embarrassing. She'd go, table for me, which was sort of sad. And then we'd have parties, and I mean, she actually went to like one of these, like, I think it was called Pips or whatever it is, these Xerox joints. They're good, but she made, it cost me, I gladly paid $100 for the invitations for a party. Come be bitter from 8 to 11, which was sort of sad, But, that's what life is all about, But, in fact, she just went to New York, and I had to pick her up last night at LAX. We're shooting here at LA, and she's a little wacky. I mean, I'm not, again, multi-personalities. I'm not knocking it. I know it's not a good thing, but she answered every page at the airport. It was like, call for Dr. Phil Garman. And she went, that might be me. That might be me. But that was a little embarrassing. I mean, we weren't very religious. We had a menorah, a Hanukkah menorah on a dimmer. You know what I'm saying? So, and we had a little Hanukkah bush. We had a Christmas tree. I was going nuts. It wasn't Hanukkah. It wasn't Christmas. We had Hanukkah. We celebrated Hanukkah. But Christmas is very, Christmas is very cool because you get, the first day, boom, by the fireplace, Santa comes down. And if your kids are watching, he comes down and, yeah, he really comes down. But, you get everything at once. But Hanukkah, it's 7 nights. The first night you get the best gifts, and then it gets sort of crappy towards the end. And like the 7th day, you go, wow, thanks, Pop. Like an 8x10 glossy of, soupy sales or something. And I love the super, don't get me wrong. It's just that. And then New Year's Eve was a drag. We'd go to my grandmother's apartment in Brooklyn, and at midnight we'd watch our hopes drop, but we'd have our excuse makers, and we'd be shaking nose things, and we'd play musical arguments. That was hip. When the yelling stopped, find a bridge chair, and then we'd sit down. Well, hey, you're still here. Fantastic. Why shouldn't you be? And I'm still sweating, which is the story of my life, and which is a movie of the week. I'm still sweating. It'll open up soon in a theater nearest you. But, that's just a bad joke. I want to see if you're listening. I'm still sweating. Anyway, I was a little guilt-ridden backstage. I wasn't, because my shrink's therapist, pardon me, well, is going to badmouth me, but I'm out of it, man. I'm out of therapy. I'm out of it too, but I'm out of therapy. And if I do go back, I'm going to take it pass fail. I want to know immediately, like the first session. I mean, I was pissed off because, during the last, the 17th year, you keep repeating the same stories. It's boring. And the shrink was saying to me, do you mind, can I have some corn on the cob while I hear this, And then I would, I would be crying. I'd be crying in the session, and she'd say, you're starting to steam me, pal. But she was all right. When I left, she retired my session, which I felt was nice. She hung a flag, and over the couch. No one can come in at Wednesday at 8 to 9 and talk about their adolescence, which I thought was a very sweet thing. But I really respect shrinks. I mean, you know, there's no life if you're a shrink. Because if you go, I mean, it's good to go, but I mean, there's no privacy. They could be on a honeymoon, and they had their little phone there, and they can get a call 24 hours a day. Hi, doctor. I'm sorry. I know it's 4 in the morning, but Tony's making that Caesar salad again with the lamb's blood. You know, so it's a tough gig.